Taking cues from WandaVision, Agatha All Along has made its mark in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, raising plenty of questions. The bond between Wanda and Agatha continues to be a key element in the MCU narrative, even with Scarlet Witch's destiny established. Packed with Easter eggs and nods to various other shows, Agatha All Along seems to be crafted as a clever tale that explores the fates of numerous characters in the Marvel Universe. Consequently, there's a lot to dig into and analyze in each episode. There isn't much information available about a second season of Agatha All Along, which means many questions will probably get addressed during the first season. Just like the ending of WandaVision, we hope this series can provide clear answers to the questions it raises. What the future holds for Agatha and witchcraft in the MCU after the show wraps up is a tricky yet thrilling question. To really grasp it, we need to ask some key questions. Even though Wanda Maximoff died in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, the MCU has opened up new possibilities for her return in the Agatha series. The official MCU timeline book confirms Wanda's death, and Agatha All Along appears to back this up, showing Agatha looking at Wanda's lifeless body. However, things get complicated when the toe tag on the body changes to include Agatha's name, hinting at a stronger link between Wanda's death and Agatha losing her powers. Elizabeth Olsen has talked about Wanda and essentially confirmed that her character is dead in the MCU, despite some of Agatha's remarks in the show casting doubt on this. However, many characters in the MCU, like Loki, Gamora, and Agent Coulson, have come back from death. While Scarlet Witch's fate doesn't need more confirmation, it's certainly possible for the actor to make a return soon. In the first episode of Agatha All Along, there's a reference to Agatha Harkness' son's death during a parody of Mare of Easttown. In the comics, Agatha's son is named Nicholas Scratch, and he's tied to another villain in Agatha All Along, the Salem 7, who are his children. Nicholas is a strong sorcerer and a villain linked to Mephisto in Marvel Comics. Do subscribe to this channel for more videos on Agatha All Along. In the series, Agatha's pet rabbit is named Senior Scratchy, likely as a nod to Nicholas. There seems to be a tragic backstory for Nicholas that hasn't been fully explored yet. It makes sense for him to show up as a villain later, but how this ties into Agatha's own trauma and loss is something that still needs to be looked into. In Agatha All Along, the Salem 7 are ghostly figures that pursue Agatha and her coven into the Witch's Road. In the comics, they are often shown as Agatha's grandchildren and the children of Nicholas Scratch. These monstrous beings have powerful, transformative abilities linked to animals, which makes it likely they're after Agatha if Scratch has sent them. This family tie makes sense, though their motivations remain unclear. They might be trying to tap into the chaos magic that Agatha previously sought from Wanda. It's also possible they're connected to witches Agatha stole powers from in the flashback sequence from WandaVision set in the 17th century. The reasons behind their actions are still a mystery, but we can expect more clarity in upcoming episodes. Rio Vidal is an intriguing new character in Agatha All Along, with a complicated history with Agatha that hasn't been fully explained yet. Interestingly, Rio seems unable to kill Agatha and, while important to the story, isn't based on any comic character. He appears to be an original creation for the show, possibly Agatha's ex. This has sparked speculation that, similar to Agnes in WandaVision, Rio might eventually be revealed as another character from Marvel Comics. Given Agatha's background in the comics, there could be connections between Rio, Nicholas Scratch, or even the Fantastic Four. Future episodes should shed more light on their conflict and clarify Rio Vidal's role in the MCU. The identity of Joe Locke's teenage character remains a mystery in Agatha All Along, though the character himself doesn't seem to mind. When he tries to tell Agatha his name, his mouth magically sews shut, reminiscent of Black Bolt's death in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. It's evident that some magic is preventing him from revealing his identity, but the other characters don't seem overly concerned. Instead, the focus shifts to Teen as he tries to explain himself and his background, but he struggles to get the words out. Clearly, his identity is significant, and Agatha can uncover it early in the series. There's definitely some magic involved, but it's unclear who is behind it. Someone is determined to keep Agatha from learning who Teen really is. Since Joe Locke was announced for Agatha all along, fans have speculated wildly about his character. The leading theory is that Teen is actually Billy, a grown-up version of one of Wanda's sons. Billy Maximoff becomes the hero Wiccan, which would fit well in the series. However, Teen mentions being born in Eastview, while WandaVision established that the children were born in Westview. Another possibility is that Teen is Nicholas Scratch, Agatha's son. This could make sense, but the character's straightforward nature so far doesn't quite match the traits of a manipulative villain. Ultimately, Locke could be playing either of these roles, or even someone entirely different. Agatha's brooch gets some attention in the early parts of Agatha All Along. This brooch first appeared in WandaVision, where it was taken from the body of her mother during a flashback. Agatha wore it to control characters like Ralph Boehner. Now, she's recovered the brooch, which seems to contain a lock of hair. It's unclear whose hair it is, or if the necklace holds any hidden power, but it clearly has significance for Agatha. Future episodes are likely to reveal more about the brooch's importance, especially regarding her powers, family, and history, potentially connecting to characters like Nicholas Scratch and the Salem 7. The premiere of Agatha All Along concludes with the coven traveling along the Witch's Road. In Marvel Comics, this road is a mystical path where Wanda once went when her magic was failing, as it leads to the goddess of witchcraft. In this series, however, the road offers something to those who walk it, something they feel they're missing. For Agatha, this means her lost powers from the end of WandaVision. The Witch's Road seems rich in symbolism, making it hard to predict what awaits the coven at its end. However, it's clear that each witch is seeking something specific, and they will find some version of it there, even if it's not what they expect. The significance of the Witch's Road and its effects on the characters will be further explored in upcoming episodes. During WandaVision, fans speculated that Mephisto was the mastermind behind the events in Westview, although that turned out not to be the case. This sparked curiosity about when the character might finally show up in the MCU. Spider-Man No Way Home referenced the One More Day storyline, which includes Mephisto in the comics, but he didn't appear there either. Now, Ironheart is being eyed as the next project that might feature him. In the meantime, Agatha All Along has reignited Mephisto theories with mentions of a character named Blackheart, who is canonically Mephisto's son. With the series delving into spirits and magic, it seems like the perfect time for Mephisto to enter the MCU through Agatha All Along. His terrifying presence would fit well in the series and could lead to further appearances in other films and shows throughout the multiverse saga. If Loki could introduce Kong, then Agatha All Along could certainly bring Mephisto into the fold. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out other videos on this channel.